Sleeping pants. Let's talk about it.
Okay, what do you want to talk about?
I think it's hot. Next.
No, I'm literally obsessed.
Hey,
Hey,
besties.
besties.
Welcome to
Literally Obsessed.
It's Cassie.
And Brittany.
Can you recognize?
Maybe you can't recognize me today if you're watching.
I'm sorry. It just looks funny on camera.
No, I know. I can see myself. In case you guys forgot from last episode, I lost a bet to Cassy. Should I hold very quickly? Spoiler warning.
Damn.
Let me give a little spoiler warning.
Yeah.
Just early. Spoiler warning. We are going to be talking about everything from Onyx Storm, beginning to end. All of the Empyrean series. And then as usual, our content warning. We cuss a lot. All that fun stuff. We also have some spicy things in this stretch of chapters.
Which is why she lost the bet.
Which is why I lost the bet. So Cassie said that she believed Violet and Xaden would hook up in the first 10 chapters.
Yep.
As we know, they hook up in chapter 3. So the consequence of that was that I had to dress up in my boyfriend's clothes for an episode.
And it rocks.
And so here I am, dressed up as my boyfriend. He picked out this outfit for me to wear today. I can't really hear because this hat is like too big for me, but
It's so funny.
we're gonna see how it goes. I can't wait to edit the TikToks, and no context, this is how I'm gonna look.
Oh, absolutely. If for those who are listening, what she's wearing, give us a little fit check.
Yeah, I have some black joggers on from Fabletics, which actually fit me oddly well. So I was like, I don't know how to feel about that. And then I have an Adidas white hoodie that actually my mom got him. And then I have this jersey that is so big on me, and it's a Dodgers jersey because my boyfriend is a big Dodgers fan, but it is from the Filipino Heritage Night. So in case you guys didn't know, my boyfriend is Filipino, so shout out to my Filipinos out there. This one's for you.
It's for a Pinoy pride.
This is for Pinoy pride. As Cameron Diaz said, I have never been to the Philippines, but I did grow up with a lot of Filipinos, and that's a true fact, actually. I did.
Oh my god, so good.
So and then I have a snapback. I hate this hat so much. A snapback that is way too big for me.
It's the biggest hat I think
big
possible.
Hat.
She also had shoes.
Yes, for the TikTok, he made me wear the biggest shoes he owns. They're like Jordan 2s, I think he said.
They're just huge.
I don't know.
Brittany looked 2 feet tall.
I look 2 feet tall right now because everything is a little big on me.
And we're going to get a sweet treat after this, and she's going to go out in public like this. So this is just a really fun one for me.
That was never a part of the challenge. I just want to say.
I think we have to add it on. You got to commit to you've already committed to the bit. This is going on the internet, which I would say is worse than going out in public.
I don't think I look bad. Are you saying I look ugly?
No, but you were saying you don't want to even be seen like this.
I don't want to go out in public like this.
You have to go out in public. Guys, tell her right now. See, they're saying it.
I can't hear them.
Well, hear them loud and clear.
Well,
anyways.
That's why I'm dressed like this.
So she looks beautiful.
It's a great intro to Onyx Storm.
She's in the most Onyx, Empyrean Series outfit that she could possibly find.
Yeah, that's true.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess what today's episode is we're going to be, it's our first episode for Onyx Storm. We are going to be covering prologue through chapter 3.
Yes.
And then if you guys are new here and you haven't listened to Iron Flame or Fourth Wing episodes, the way we're formatting them is we're gonna do our Spill the Tea, which is where we talk about what happened in these chapters, and then we'll do a deep dive, which is our own personal opinion / takeaways from the chapters. We'll go into our favorite quotes, and then Thriving and Theorizing, where we share our favorite theories, and then our final jam, where we share the music that we think correlates with the chapters. So lots to talk about today.
Oh yeah.
And before we get into it, we already gave our spoiler content warning, but just a reminder, y'all, we have our Patreon. Be sure to check that out. It's in the description below or wherever you're listening this to. And then also our merch. Check out our website. We have a lot of fun merch on there, and we are planning to hopefully do some more later. I think that's it. as an intro.
Yeah. Did you say newsletter?
Newsletter. Welcome to February. Jesus, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But we have a newsletter. If you haven't signed up for that, you get a newsletter emailed to you on the first of the month, kind of just an update of the podcast, what's going on, and you guys can check that out. Everything will be in the description as always.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Shall we just jump into it?
Let's do it.
Okay, we're gonna jump into spilling the tea. Start us off, Cassie.
God, there's a lot, so I'm like, just hold in.
There's a lot.
I'm gonna brush through this, okay? We start the prologue right where we left off of Iron Flame, with Violet walking behind Xaden, Bodhi, and Garrick, trying to keep it together with the fresh news that Xaden is Venin. And Darna continues to support Violet and remind her that it's okay to grieve her mom passing and Xaden's new life. Violet sets out to speak to Jack, and the guards give her 10 minutes to talk to him, 5 for her mother and 5 for her. We also find out a lot of things, like Xaden is still bonded with Sigale after turning. Xaden and Violet's bond is still there, yet not active per Xaden's choice. Violet knows that he is in an initiate stage and will have strawberry red lines around the onyx of his eyes, and lots of questions are answered within this small little prologue. And Darna reveals to Violet that her magic feels quote-unquote different when she changes colors. Knowing that Indarna scorched the venin during battle, this leads to Violet and Indarna acknowledging that the research of her kind will be the priority of this book, basically. Violet listens in on Xaden and Jack talking. Jack is giving him advice to find someone else because they, quote-unquote, want her, and their relationship will not last because of it. And Darna sheds light of hope to Violet, saying that her altering the venin could result in a possible cure a possible cure for Xaden. And after agreeing with Darna that Xaden being venin needs to be a secret, Violet trusts Imogen to keep it, knowing that she will prioritize Xaden's best interest and know the truth at its core. All right, going into chapter 1. Chapter 1 starts 2 weeks after the battle at Basgiath. The epigraph changes this book's new phrase from "I will not die today" to "I will save him." We are reminded of the term we learn in Iron Flame, which is scenarium. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, I believe so.
That's what I said in my head.
Yeah.
Which dives us more into the political side of the world, which is interesting. Taryn and Violet connect through the bond while they are aimlessly searching for more venin. They're on a route right now with the squad.
Here's the thing, guys. I say Atrum, but I don't think it's
I don't think
that's
so.
right.
I also would say like Adoram, but there's no Oram. It's
girl.
Atrom.
It's
Atrom?
for sure not Adoram.
I don't know, but that's what it says in my mind, and I don't know how to say it. But how do you want to say it?
I don't know. I said Atrum.
Atrum. Let's go with Atrum.
I'll look it up for us.
Okay. I'm so sorry. Atrum and Riddick battle this crazy storm they're in, as well as each other, basically, leaving Violet and Taryn to have a little heart attack. Before meeting with the elders, Violet confirms Taryn's companionship to the plan and that they will keep Xaden secret in hopes for finding a cure. Taryn is in tough waters with Xaden, but agrees for only Violet's sake. Xaden wants them to stay in Navarre, for its wards can protect her from him, which restricts them from going back to Eurasia. Also staying will help pave the path for the alliance that can save the Poramish citizens. Devere and Kiori are still out to sort out the command structures as they are also negotiating terms. We learn that Imogen, Bodhi, Garrick, and Violet all take shifts in being Xaden's watcher. So heartbreaking. Imogen tells Violet that she should highly rethink their sleeping arrangements in fear that Xaden could lose control at any second, which leads to Violet's fuck off answer. Violet is nonchalantly now leading the mission to travel for the intention of finding more about Indarna's kind. Xaden meets back up with the squad as they are all paying Sawyer a visit. They tell him that they are configuring a team of them to go without permission from leadership, of course, to complete this mission. And as they're talking, a loud scream is heard in the infirmary. It is realized that they haven't been able to find venin on their routes because they have already been inside Basgiath this whole time. Lots of things happening.
All right, chapter 2. We open up chapter 2 with an epigraph about how the 6 most powerful riders have only ever walked on the continent together once. The venin are within the walls and the crew jumps into action. Violet takes out a venin dressed as a scribe and figures out that that's how they've been inside the walls and feeding without notice. The crew finds the antechamber where Jack is being held and find 2 dark wielders taking out the guards. We meet a venin with a long silver braid, and then she disappears. Just when it seems like the gang might not be able to defeat the Venom, our favorite Shadow Daddy appears with the return of a century. Xaden gets rid of any threat per usual, and the squad waits for Pancheck an hour later. Xaden pulls Violet aside to remind her that she shouldn't trust him, but Violet insists that he's still Xaden. We learn that Xaden can sense other Venom, and that's how he's been able to take out so many. Chapter 3. Violet is grappling with the new information that Xaden is connected to Venom, but insists she isn't scared. The gang makes their way to Violet's meeting with the Scenarium, and they're told that Violet must go in alone. Violet is informed that they have 3 days to save the negotiations, and Violet will be assigned a task force to embark on a quest to find and recruit the 7th dragon breed. Violet brings a list of Indarna's demands, which are mostly shut down by the Scenarium. Llewellyn is a homie, though, and tells Violet in private that he'll work on the list of demands. He also hands her a missive that he was told to give her in secret. Violet opens the missive to find Takaris' handwriting, and the note says, "You have 3 days to hold up your end of our bargain." The plan has gone to shit, but Violet sleeps it off the next morning, happy that she didn't have any nightmares for once. Violet turns over to find a sleeping, beautiful Xaden, and as Violet is stretching, a band of shadows wraps around her waist, and hello, Xaden. We get a spicy moment between our two lovers until Xaden channels. Dun dun dun.
Oh my god, y'all. So truly we have like a lot of shit going on, and it's like basically 4 chapters in.
Yeah.
We had like tons of answers, or tons of questions answered. It's like a lot of shit going on. So let's go ahead and enter our deep dive.
Let's do it.
Starting with our prologue.
Okay.
Just random note here.
Yeah.
This is something that I've been wanting to bring up, and I'm so excited we're filming now. Can we talk real fast about the men on TikTok applying for Xaden?
Yeah.
Because it's getting crazy. It's starting to get a little wild.
It's getting a little crazy. I'm seeing so many, and also I'm like, ladies, let's stop falling for it.
No, I don't know what's going on. What are the names of the guys?
Well, Emilio, I can't remember his last name, and then Josh Houston.
Yes.
I'm sick of them. You guys are gonna hate that. I'm sorry.
You guys are gonna be upset.
I'm so sick, because here's the thing. I know they're not cast.
No, I know.
Because Rebecca has confirmed that the casting director is not even hired yet. So therefore, nobody is getting cast. So I think, here's what I think, and I fully understand. If I was an actor and I wanted a role, I would be like hinting at it as well. So I really do get it. But to me, it's just like, I don't know. It's just like they're doing these weird like thirst traps.
It's like really interesting.
Get girls to be like,
oh my god, it's Xaden.
And I'm just like, I'm kind of sick of it. And they keep doing things like, Emilio especially is doing like, oh, he's posting dragons, he's following Rebecca, he's posting chocolate cake, and I'm like, Emilio, honey, stop.
No, he I don't know what happened, but he's like, I think he's an actor. He's an actor that's like, I think a couple movies that are on like Netflix or something. But people were like, Emilio, you are our new Xaden, and it's like all the comments are like, oh my god, we found him, and I'm like, guys, we haven't even begun finding him.
I also,
you know what I mean?
Respectfully, I don't see him. Here's the thing. If he is Xaden in the end, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't personally see him. I don't personally see really either of them.
Yeah.
In the role. I think like they've kind of fit it, but I also feel like Emilio is a little, in my opinion, too jacked. Play.
I don't know, because he's supposed to be a god.
I mean, that's fair.
Know what I mean?
That's fair. But
there's parts to it where I see it, but there's also parts where I'm like, I don't know. They do fit like the whole like not in Hollywood eye, like they're not in like the big old grand scheme of things. I understand like where people might be coming from, because you know he has him, and was it Joshua, is that what you said? Josh, yeah. They have like the same features that are described within the book, but maybe it's just me resisting it because I don't think anyone is perfect enough to play him.
I mean, yeah, unfortunately I don't think that anybody is gonna impress me.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm sorry. But
sorry.
And I mean, we'll see what kind of performance they give, but yeah, I think, to my knowledge, there is nobody on this earth who looks how I picture Xaden.
Yeah, I agree.
And like, I picture there's like this one fan art of him. It's a pretty popular fan art.
Yeah.
That's truly like, whoever made that was how I had pictured him.
Yeah, I agree.
And I just don't think that anybody looks like that.
Yeah, but it's just getting wild. It's like a new part of TikTok, and I kept seeing it today, and I was like, I have to bring this up because it's getting wild. And it's some of them are like, they don't look anything like them. They're like a white dude with blonde hair.
No,
and I go, you are Jack Barlow.
I asked my boyfriend, like, I was like, question for you, because I saw this one guy who like did an OOTD. But he kind of looked like Zayden, and then he like put on a leather jacket and like combat boots. I was like, okay, I see the vibe you're going for. You're like, looking for the book talk girls. So I told him, I was like, hey, when you see a guy do an outfit of the day, I was like, what do you think? Do you guys make fun of each other? Like, do you think it's to get attention from girls? Do you think that their intended audience is other guys and they want to just give outfit inspo? And then he was just kind of like, I don't really like watch outfit videos, but he was like, he'll sometimes watch like shoe reviews or something. He was like, I'm assuming the intended audience would be like other guys, you know. But I was just like, I feel like these guys are all just doing it because they know that the girls are like thirsting for them.
I get it. Like, be confident. You know, do what you want to do.
No, I support it, but yeah,
it's just funny. It's just silly, and it's every single comment, every single video of a thirst trap of a dude. I'm like, all I see in the captions are wing leader ? I'm like,
no,
girls,
I just keep saying, ho, is you our wing leader?
Yeah, no, and I'm like, guys, y'all are crazy. Y'all are wild. It's getting crazy. I mean, I'm gonna keep watching these thirst traps respectfully, but it's so funny. And I think Josh posted something recently where it said like violence, and people were like, oh my god.
It's like, just, I'm not falling for it. I've gotta respect the thustle.
They are like,
they're getting it. Get your bag, get your roll. I get it. I just like,
it's just so funny.
I'm just starting to get irritated, but let us know what you guys think.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, my next point is, I want to say I didn't realize that there was lots of mentions of ice in the beginning of this.
Yeah.
And after finishing the book, it's just wild to me that she had like hinted at this, but then the analogy came in when they were traveling the aisles. So I was like, damn, Rebecca, you really caught that really early.
Yeah.
But I don't even really know where all of this ice coldness came from, like what started this, but like it started very early and in the prologue, which is crazy. So that's something I said. Okay, I also want to say, oh my god, sorry, I have four in a row. Talking to Jack after like losing your mom, so wild. I don't know, I was just like, man, that's like twisting the knife.
Yeah,
it was just really sad, but like she had to do it. I get it, but it was just really wild. And then my other one is, Andarna is so supportive and optimistic in this part, which is just really sad to me, being like, she was so like, no, it's gonna be okay, like my kind is gonna save you, and then it's just equally as heartbreaking to remember about how she was treated from her kind. So it's like, she just had so much hope and so much optimism, and in the time where Violet needed to hear it, she was really there for her, and it just made that whole segment. I can't wait to talk about that on the episodes, but it just made it all more heartbreaking. It's sad.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, I just said, I don't know, I just want to talk about this quote real quick, and it's kind of what you mentioned in the spilling the tea. But Andarna says, I've been thinking about it all night. Magic feels different when I change color. Maybe my use of power in that moment altered the venom, weakened her enough to blister. What does that mean, Andarna?
To blister?
Well, no. Sorry.
Oh.
No, like, what is she? So if she's gold, her magic is different than if she's black or like purple or iridescent.
Yeah,
like,
that's true. It's like she's just got like a infinity gauntlet full of powers.
That's what I mean. And
she can change.
I feel like we didn't really see that come into play, but I'm assuming that has to mean something eventually.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting to kind of look back and see like how the Irids would like, they would change. Of course, they're like chameleons of a sort. But of course, we don't really know all their full powers yet. Right. So that is really interesting, but something to look out for sure.
Yeah.
And Darna's crazy.
Yeah, a little bit. Okay, I also have this quote from Jack, and it says, who knows, they might let her live just to keep you on a leash until you turn ASIM and forget all about her. So also, what does that mean? So do they forget who they are at this point, or like, is Jack just messing with Xaden?
Yeah, I don't know, the ranking still of Venom is, even after this book, I still would say I'm still like very unclear.
Yeah,
like what, obviously there's stages, and there's like,
I think it's because we're not like in Xaden's head, so we don't fully know what he's actually going.
I could comment more.
Yeah.
About why we don't have enough.
But I remember an interview where Rebecca said that being Venom doesn't change like your decision making or like who you are at your core. But that quote makes me think that, like, I don't know, does it get to a certain point where you're just not the same person anymore, whether you want to or not?
I don't know. You would think that, like, once that power, like, just overtakes, like, your decision making, then it would kind of change you. You know what I mean? But from what we've seen so far, like, it hasn't.
Right.
So.
Well, that's why I'm thinking maybe ASIM is when that happens. I don't know.
I don't know. Very weird. And also, because what's Jack?
An initiate, I'm
An
pretty
initiate?
sure. Yeah.
Okay, so he hasn't even fully. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I also find it very interesting that this chapter ends with Violet saying that she needs Imogen. So it's kind of foreshadowing to the end of the book when I'm assuming she asks Imogen to erase her memories.
I want to say I love that Imogen has now played a bigger part.
Yeah,
because
I love their
loved
friendship.
But it was very interesting, and I get it. I get why Violet chose to tell her. But it's very weird to me that it took so long for her to tell everyone else. I guess
because it wasn't her secret to tell. But it's interesting because I don't really think that Xaden care. Well, not that he didn't care, but I think, like, to him, it's like, if you really trust these people that much, then that's fine by me. Then I'll
trust him. Yeah. And I know Violet said that, like, Xaden was upset that he told Imogen.
Right.
But I also think that it comes from a place of, like, his own personal guilt.
Right.
Where he's like, I'm burdening more people by them knowing this.
And I think that's what he was upset, was that he's burdening her with the knowledge that he is Venom.
Yeah. But I get it. I understand why Imogen was told. But I do love her, and having, like, the POV of her was also very interesting. Yes. Which, can't wait to talk about that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be crazy.
In like 3 months. Okay. Last thing I'll say for the prologue. I'm just very curious why Rebecca decided to have a prologue in this book, because we have never had a prologue before. And I feel like maybe it serves a bigger purpose. But to me, it's almost weird. I don't know. I guess I'm just surprised that that wasn't just chapter 1 and then chapter 2 was 2 weeks later.
I have a thought. I could be wrong, but I have a thought, because Iron Flame was left off on Xaden's point of view. Then we got a bonus chapter, but wasn't really in that timeline, I guess.
Right.
But my thought is that the reason why she made it a prologue was maybe either she just made it a prologue, or to maybe she originally just wanted to pick it up from after 2 weeks later. But this moment was so intense or, like, so necessary, and maybe her, like, editor said, like, the people are gonna want to know exactly what happened afterwards. And she was just like, oh well, I already kind of started the book, you know, or, like, the storyline just picks up from 2 weeks later. So I don't really know. Maybe it was just a timeline thing, or maybe it was just something that we'll figure out why she said it. So
I want to check something real quick, because I know that Iron Flame and Onyx Storm both had 66 chapters. Did Fourth Wing I think only had, like, high 40s, 50. 39.
Yeah, okay, so we didn't even hit 40.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I guess the chapters were,
and I mean, also Iron Flame was in a part 1 and part 2.
Yeah, you're right. I keep forgetting that.
I know. We keep forgetting it. I get it. No, I don't know. Maybe it does serve a bigger purpose, but also maybe, okay, you were the one that sent me the TikTok how you said Rebecca doesn't actually listen to any fan theories.
Yeah, so I hate to ruin it for you, but she has not listened to the podcast.
I still refuse.
Okay.
I still refuse. I think that she does. She just doesn't want to admit it, and that's okay.
That's fair.
That's okay. We can.
I mean, she said, and I get it, is that she doesn't want it to alter anything, because she doesn't want to be like, oh, they figured out my theory and, like, now I have to change it or whatever, like, which I get, because I do remember somebody saying on TikTok, I know that you didn't read the Twilight books, but back in the day, Stephanie Meyer was writing a book from Edward's perspective. Okay, everyone was excited for it. Somehow it got leaked, and I never read it when it got leaked, but it got leaked and put on the internet. And she apparently was so sad and heartbroken about it that she was like, you guys are never getting this book. So she just stopped writing it. Then Midnight Sun came out in like 2020 or 2021, and I have it, but I'm not gonna lie, I have not read it. And so it was just like, it took her like 12 or 13 years to actually write the book. And then from what I've heard, people were like, it's not the best, and it seems like she didn't really put like her heart into it, probably because she, I don't know, was just like whatever. So then people were like, stop fucking spoiling things, because this is very much going the same route. When people started spoiling Onyx Storm, and like I know that like my boyfriend was able to find, somebody had photocopied the book. It was like the day or maybe 2 days before it came out, like somebody photocopied it and posted it online. And so my boyfriend was like, I found the book, is this it? And I was like, I don't even want to look at it. I was like, 1, because I'm not going to be that person, but also 2, just like I wanted to wait and, like,
it feels weird though, like, and also it's like, I don't know, I can imagine how like passionate you are about a project, and then it gets spoiled for you. Like, how awful does that feel? And like, I feel really bad that Rebecca was like upset about it, and like it ruined like a slight bit of this release. And I'm like, guys, if you're listening right now, just don't, okay? Let these authors get the praise and the experience of releasing something in its entirety. Like, do not spoil things. I hate that. I hate that so much. So but I don't know. I also think that Rebecca listens, but that's my own that's my own theory. Okay, let's go into chapter 1. Like, we're gonna into chapter 1. We've already basically had a book read to us.
Guys, I just gotta say, I was telling Cassie, I'm feeling very Justin Bieber right now.
Isn't she giving Justin Bieber?
It's gonna be one less lonely girl. And I'm very overstimulated with the
I told you could take the hat off. I gave her permission to take the hat off.
Maybe when we like reset the camera, I'll take it off.
Okay.
But we're in the discussion right now.
We're in it. Okay. Starting with chapter 1. The weather being so whack while they're on this little their routine. Now that Lilith is gone, and Violet also mentioned this, it's just so sad to me. And like, that is an awful never ending reminder that your mom is gone. And also it's just like really wild. Like, nature is imbalanced, which is what we've always been told. Rebecca's crazy, but that little detail was something that I thought was really cool. Okay. There was one moment, and I think it was when Violet was getting off Taryn for some reason, and she was explaining like a jacket that she was like taking off, or like something was going on. I imagine them in like these big ass like winter outfits, like parkas and shit.
Okay.
And like, she was talked about her goggles. Just want to say that
her little steampunk goggles.
But I'm like, this is, what was it? Is this January? I think it was in January.
Yeah, I believe so.
Imagine how fucking cold it is all the way up in the altitude. And I was just like, I'm just imagining she has like this fucking like, she has like 17 layers on, and she's like peeling back. She's like, okay, yep, just peeling back every single layer. And I thought that was so fucking funny to me. I don't know why, but it took me out of the book for a second, because I was like, man, that would just damn, that'd be crazy. Anyways.
Okay, just wanted to throw this out for us, because I know a lot of people were confused about like the characters being introduced, the names being thrown out, stuff like that. So just so we are on the same page moving forward, the scenarium is the King's Council. So it's basically the leaders from all 6 provinces of Navarre. In case you were ever confused on that, there you go.
Yeah, and it was mentioned once or twice
it's only
in Iron Flame.
Okay.
It was, I had to look it up.
Yeah,
because I was like, is this told? Was this said before and I'm stupid?
No, I mean, I get it. I was confused too, and only on my reread was I like, oh, that's where she says it's the King's Council. I like picked up on it, but I must have like gone by that sentence.
All I thought I think on the first read was like, it's a political term.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, them killing 31 Venin and Xaden being responsible for killing 17 has my mind blown. Like, truly, how many are we up against?
I'm gonna guess higher 200s maybe.
That's crazy.
There has to be, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's a whole community. It's a society of
No,
Venin.
it's just like they're really taking them out, and like they probably haven't even made a dent.
And they're adding more.
It's So true.
Unfortunately.
So true.
Powerful ones too. We've said this a lot, but truly just so much action right away.
Mm-hmm.
Very shocked that, and pleasantly surprised that Rebecca wrote so quickly, of like how fast paced everything was,
Mm-hmm.
because Iron Flame, of course, like we have always said, it was a little bit of a slower book.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good book with a lot of information, but the fact that there was so much action right away, really enjoyed that.
Okay, sorry, y'all. I had to take the hat off.
Overstimulation.
Overstimulated. My head was getting itchy. Okay, I'm sorry, Cassie. What were you?
No.
Oh, I can hear so much better now. That was really
Muffled.
really muffling my hearing.
I've already said it. I'm not gonna really dwell on this again, but I was just like, I'm very shocked about how quick we got our answers.
Okay, I don't know how I feel about Taryn now calling Xaden the Dark One when he's always been the wing leader. I just Taryn, what? And then going off of that, he tells Violet, stop denying the truth. His soul is no longer his own. Taryn.
Okay, maybe I'm gonna throw this out there because this is about opinions and it's about theories, so it's not facts. Haters, okay?
Cassie, nobody attacked us right now.
But they have in the past.
Okay.
We have to protect ourselves,
Okay.
Brittany.
Go on.
So what I'm thinking is, like, of course, Taryn is probably feeling all these emotions because of Sigale. Like the betrayal, like the protectiveness of Violet, the protectiveness of just like their kind, and maybe he's taking this like really seriously because of something of Naolin. We never know.
Fair. That's
we
very
never
fair.
know.
You're right.
And he's like, your brother's a Venom and your boyfriend.
He's like, that's very telling of you, Violet.
You
are who you surround yourself with.
You are who you surround. Maybe he's pissed. Him saying Dark One, I'm like, it's giving a term. Just didn't sound like.
I know he's very like Golden One, Silver One, but like Xaden has always been the wing leader.
Now he's turned.
And yeah, I guess it's just interesting to me.
Karen's like, you're not the same. Them being on Xaden watch makes me really sad. It's just like, damn. I understand why they did because they were so unsure. But like, imagine how Xaden feels.
Oh,
and
yeah.
But I know he wants it. But also he's like, I know why you guys are doing it. Like,
Yeah.
don't act like I'm not
He's
seeing you guys talk about me.
Yeah.
It's just like really upsetting.
Yeah.
It just makes me
Poor
really
baby.
sad that he can't trust himself and that no one can trust him.
Yeah.
I also would like, this is in addition to me being upset of us not getting Rhiannon and Sawyer's reaction. I would like to know Imogen's reaction to Xaden being Venom. Why were we taken away from that?
Yeah. I'm sure she was pissed.
Oh, I'm sure she was like, the fuck?
Yeah.
What do you mean? She would have been like, I want to talk to Xaden right now. I want to hear from him.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just thought that was something that we should have had. We should have had all of them.
I agree.
And then my next note is little Sawyer with all his little friends, and also Kat being there for him was just so sweet. And like, Sawyer, we love you so much. I don't know. Everyone was just like all cramped together in his like little
cute.
bedside, and they're all like giving stories, and I can just imagine Sawyer just being like.
To me, it was very much giving like it's giving like Harry Potter. I'm so sorry.
No,
but, like,
yes.
Yeah, like I don't know, like Ron being
When Ron got
yeah, and then like Harry and Hermione coming
That's
to visit.
how I imagined
like,
it. That's how I imagined it too.
I also imagine them being in like these little kind of like a great hall where there's beds, but then they're like separated by curtains. Yeah.
Yup. We have the same vision. Put us on the show. Put us on the show.
Okay. The little mentions of Jacinia, right from chapter 1, like the fact that Rhea reached over the table and it has a note from Jacinia to Sawyer is just so cute to me. Like, we're getting these little glimpses of them, but like Rebecca's keeping things from us.
She really is. I don't know why she's keeping us, but
keeping us in the dark. Real quick, I have to bring this up.
Yes.
I keep seeing TikToks about it. Did you know there was a lot of people who thought that the scribes just talked in sign language? Communicated in sign language?
I just saw that TikTok before I came here.
Now there's people that are like, hey, everybody, so Jasinia's deaf.
I thought that was common knowledge.
I thought it was common knowledge, considering she speaks to the other scribes.
Yeah.
What the hell, guys?
She's deaf.
Yeah.
You guys are making me feel really upset.
It was just so funny, and then it's so funny to see how mad people are getting about it.
They're like, guys, we've known about this.
Yeah, like I didn't think that Rebecca had to come out and say my deaf friend Jacinia, you know, like I thought that it was like implied. It was
well implied. The guy, dude, I just saw that. I was gonna send it to you. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's just funny. I was like, wow, look at Rebecca's so inclusive of like different people and stuff, and obviously not everybody got that, but
they're like, they just speak in sign language because they're quiet.
Yeah, that was the reasoning. It was like, well, because they work in a library,
guys.
It's like, oh, be for real.
So
everybody.
Disappointing.
It's just so funny, but I just had to throw that out there.
In addition to what you just said, I saw a TikTok saying or comparing Jacinia and Sawyer to Lilith and Asher.
Oh, that's
and they were like a writer and a scribe together. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I need that love story.
Yeah.
I need their love story. And someone put a side-by-side picture of them. And I was like, wow. Because they do have a pure love. Their love is pure.
Yeah, I think so.
They're very pure.
Yeah. I don't know though. Jacinia's got a history.
She does, and we still gotta hear her. We gotta hear her out.
I mean, of people she likes dying.
Yeah.
But anyway,
we're not gonna have that.
Okay.
Sawyer's gonna live.
Let's move into chapter 2. Okay, I know that we talked about it when we did like a sneak peek, or we got a sneak peek of this chapter. This was like a while back.
Mm-hmm.
But I just want to bring it up again for the deep dives because I kind of feel like this might be important at some point. But Basgiath was built by Aaron Norris.
Mm-hmm.
This is like the first time we've ever heard that information, and then it's never brought up again.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like maybe this will be important eventually, so just
Yeah.
like keep that name in the back of your head.
I also think because at the beginning of this book we had like people with their signets.
Yes, that was interesting.
We forgot to talk about that, but like I don't know why that was there. Was that just for like the dumb readers like me?
Well, I feel like it's because she's probably just adding more and more information each book to help you like understand. Like in the first book it had like the wings and the sections and whatever, so probably the more that we go, the more she's gonna be adding these little like guides or tips and tricks for us.
She's like, here you go, you guys need it. But Aaron Norris, I don't know why, but immediately when I read it for the first time I was like, Chuck Norris. Is this the vibe?
That's him.
But we do need to write down those
Aaron
names.
Norris, yeah.
Guys, I just want to say something really funny. I'm not going to expose it fully, but I'll give you guys the context. Brittany and I were working together a couple weeks ago, and during this like presentation that we were having, instead of saying a name of someone that we work with, she straight up said Varish. It was the funniest thing ever. No, don't get sad. It was just funny.
But here's the embarrassing thing is because Cassy didn't correct me. She just let me call this person Varish.
It was just so funny to me.
In front of people who probably knew that wasn't his name. And they all just let me keep going.
Well, I just obviously thought that was so funny because that's all we're thinking about.
The other messed up part is that I know this person.
No, you do.
And I very much know what his name is.
Confidently said Varish.
And I didn't even, like, I still don't remember saying that.
I immediately clocked it. I was like, I can't wait to tell her about that later. Yeah. But I just wrote the wrong name, so.
I also want to say, I'm not going to expose this person's name, but it, like.
Starts with a V. Yeah,
it starts with a V, and then, like, their last name rhymes with Varish, so I think I combined it somehow in my head. I don't know.
Which is great. It's because
I don't know.
It was a day where we really just didn't really want to be there, and we were talking about the book, and it's like obviously it was on our mind.
My mind, yeah.
Obviously on our mind. Okay. Knowing that Venin disguised themselves as scribes, it just made me think, like, how long do you think they've even been there? It could have been before the battle. It could have been before that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, how long have they been there?
Jack is literally like, you have no idea how many of us walk among you.
Like, that's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
I just think that's
so terrifying. Like, she went a little British there.
it came out of me, guys. I'm so sorry. But I don't know. I'm just thinking back. I'm like, dude, I want to go back and reread to see if she mentioned any weird looking scribes or interesting looking people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
but
that's
I just
true.
thought that's something to bring up.
Okay. Zayden's entrance just had me like, yeah. What the fuck?
It had me crashing out. I texted Brittany. Again, always my reactions immediately go to Brittany.
Yeah.
But I don't know what exactly it said. It's just all caps being like, boom, shakalaka, my man is back. It was like seeing like a mirage, like our man, like that's our dude. And the way
Guys,
I know
it was hot
in the show, and I hope to God we go up to Onyx Storm in the show. Like I hope, you know what I mean?
Do you think we're not going to?
I'm just saying. I'm hoping.
I know it's
and
true.
praying.
Sometimes shows get canceled out of nowhere.
I'm just saying. I'm not praying on the downfall. I'm just saying. I hope we see this. Because the way I have it in my head right now.
Yeah.
Of how it was. Oh my God. It's just. It was so hot. It was so good.
It's the shadows, the like blackout of the room.
Yeah. It's
It's the band around her waist pulling her back. It's the brush on her cheek. Like, are you kidding me? Right?
Like, ew. It's like this little dance. It's like this little spicy dance that he did with her.
Yeah.
But with a shadow.
Yeah.
That's so hot.
It's hot.
Hot.
Double
T. Hot.
Okay, so going off of that, I also love, this is just the beginning, but the Xaden Riddick banter we got in the book
God, so good.
is so good. Like, they've never really interacted before.
Uh-uh.
But this book, we had a lot of good moments between them.
Yeah, I think finally it seems like Riddick is obviously more comfortable.
Yeah.
And Xaden is also letting his guard down a little bit.
Yeah.
But damn, they're good at bantering with each other. And I think that's the best thing. Because it's like they both have the same like low-key high ego.
Uh-huh.
And so it's like two pit bulls.
Xaden's kind of met his match with
Yeah,
Riddick.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I fucking love it. And their banter, it was like, what does Riddick say? He said something, he's like, well, I wasn't done explaining it, but it's fine. It's okay. Like, it was some kind of moment like that.
No, I loved, he's like, I had it, Xaden.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, you didn't. He's like, you couldn't possibly know that. We know that Xaden is intrinsic.
It's
but
just
then
so funny.
Also, Garrick is just kind of like, no, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
Yeah. It's
I
just
love
a
Riddick's
funny
confidence. Okay, so I have to just put this line in. I just love it so much. And it's in this at the end of this chapter, and it says, telling me you're capable of horrible things, Violet is saying this, while still loving me is pretty much your idea of foreplay.
That's crazy.
That is a crazy line.
It's giving dark romance, Rebecca.
Dude, it's wild.
I think maybe book 4 is going to be a little dark romance.
I think so. I hope so. I hope so. I saw someone say, oh wait, no, that's not. I don't know why I said that's not where I'm going. But right after that, Xaden says something like, "Well, that should scare you," and she's like, "It doesn't."
She was like, it kind of turns me on, actually.
No, literally, she's a freak. She's a freak.
I do love how many of you guys agreed with what we said last week about that, like, we kind of wish he channeled.
Oh yeah,
everyone was like, okay, dark romance. Like, a lot of people actually agreed.
Thank you guys for
Thank you
validating.
guys. Thank you. Like,
Thank you.
In rereading, we're gonna get there in a minute. In rereading the spicy scene from chapter 3, I was like, damn. Okay, Xaden.
Like, okay, period.
Okay,
I see you.
Period. We should have kept going.
Damn it. You had to channel.
You
Okay,
had to channel.
going into chapter 3. I want to say that the epigraph is really funny to me. Mm-hmm. This quote especially, which is at the very end. It was a letter from Lilith to Asher. It goes, "Gods help her, my love. I'm afraid our daughter has atrocious taste in men." And that is just
it's so funny.
So funny. And it's so rude. It's so true. I think that goes for all of us who have an atrocious taste in men. So thank you, Rebecca, for shouting us all out, calling us all out too.
No, I wanted to say, like, that I need to know more about Violet's other boyfriend.
Yes.
So that's not Halden.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously it was Halden, somebody else, and then now she's with Xaden. But her parents obviously hated both of them. Yeah. And obviously her mom...
One happy.
Well... love hated Xaden. So it's like just like, Violet girl, what are you doing?
The way she just said atrocious.
It's just, my love, help.
Like, our daughter is doomed.
Is fucked.
She's fucked, and it's funny. It's just hilarious. I was like, damn, she really got her there.
Yeah.
Sleeping pants. Let's talk about it.
Okay, what do you want to talk about?
I think it's hot. Next.
Is that it?
Can you just walk with me?
Let me
here.
Okay, sorry. You go first.
It's like I'm not trying to like sex out Zayden right now.
Well, it sounds like you are, but go on.
But
I don't think anyone's opposed.
I think I'm allowed to from what I just learned about their sex life. It's like I want to say like the thinness of like hospital pants. Like when you go into surgery, it's like that thinness, right?
Right.
But obviously a little bit softer material.
Right.
He's just in that. That's all he's got.
Yeah.
No shirt, no socks, no shoes, no service. Just sleeping pants.
Right.
And Violet makes it very known that he's wearing them. She doesn't only just say it once. She brings it up a couple times.
She does bring it up every time.
Every time.
Is it the equivalent to gray sweatpants? In their world?
Zayden would take a gray sweatpants.
Zayden wearing a gray sweatpant.
He would take a mirror selfie.
I think I'd have a heart attack.
I think I would go into cardiac arrest.
I would literally go into cardiac arrest. Because yes, what I'm picturing is very thin. Very thin. Like cotton.
Yes.
Maybe polyester.
Yeah.
No, not polyester. I'm sorry. What is like another?
Silk?
No, I guess cotton.
Okay.
Like a very soft cotton, and they're just like straight. And they have a tie.
Yeah.
And they're black.
I would say they're pretty baggy, very comfortable.
I picture them.
Yeah. I don't know. I just...
Don't you worry.
Something about the sleeping pants got me.
Well, obviously it gets her too. She's always like, Zayden in his sleeping pants.
Like, she's always like, into it.
And then she's always like, me and my lacy,
my
slutty
little
nightgown.
Like, slutty little thin ass, see-through ass nightgown.
That's like up at my thighs, which he makes sure to pull up a little bit more. It's like, okay, Violet.
Like, I get it. You're sexy. Like, I get it. You don't need to keep it. I'm just kidding. Keep it going, girl. Do what you need to do.
Okay. Well... Okay.
That's funny. That's so funny.
I was like, I guess let's just get into it. Let's get into it. So the Zayden effect to me is so funny because I'd be staring too. She talks about how like everybody in the hallway is staring at him because he's like beautiful. Yeah. It's like, girl, I fucking get it. If I went to this school, I'd be like, there he goes. You know?
There he fucking goes.
There he goes, and like that bitch got to him first. Like, of course she's a fucking lightning wielder. Meanwhile, I'm over here, and I can like grow, I don't know, plants up out of the ground. She gets that. She gets to wield lightning and be with the hottest guy I've ever seen in my life.
Fail.
I would go after Bodhi so quick.
Oh, bitch.
I would go after
Bitch, don't even get started. I go after actually every single person in this book.
That's so... I was be like, damn, if I can't have one, I'll go after don't worry, I've got a list.
I got a list of them.
Then I would go after Garrick. Then I would go after Riddick.
Like, it would be Sawyer. Throw him in.
Throw him in. I don't care about Jasenia. I'm just...
She's beautiful.
I know, I'm just kidding.
Stunning.
I'm sorry, I would never break up a happy relationship.
Oh my God, but you would definitely break up Zayden and Violet. Well,
wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Hands down.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay, to add to that, man is a freak.
Man is a freak.
And we need more.
Yeah.
We got a little bit more, but
we didn't get enough.
We didn't get enough, which I think book 4.
I think book 4 as well.
Okay, so this quote where he says, oh wait, no, she's
he says this.
He says this. Thank you.
He says this. I
had to read it again.
I think mind to mind.
Mind to mind.
Which is always a little more freaky. He won't say these things out loud, but he'll say them in his mind.
It just adds an element of spice that I like.
It really does.
He says, here on your back with me above you, ? Before me on your hands and knees with your ass in the air, ? Against the walls so I can drive harder, ? Astrid. Fuck. I'm fucking stupid. I'm fucking so stupid. I can't speak for shit.
Astrid, my neighbor down the street.
I'm just so fucking dumb today. I've been so dumb. I don't know what's going on.
I'm sorry. Continue.
Astride. so you can control the pace. It's like it's not sexy anymore. I fucked it up. Oh, tell me. Astrid, that's not even how you fucking spell it. Oh my god. I'm fucking sweating.
That's so funny. Guys, sometimes Cassy just says some things that really really
Say it.
just
Say
make
it.
me laugh. You said something at the beginning of the episode. I can't remember what it was, but you say it like every episode too, and I'm always like, what does she mean by
What? What? Now I'm insecure. You can't fucking leave me like that, Brittany. What do you what? What'd I do?
Hold on. What did you say? It's something about like when you say something about the description, it's just like you reverse two of the words. But I noticed it like last week, and I noticed it right now, and I was like, I'm just gonna let her finish.
This is my raw reaction, you're saying.
I'll show you. I'll play.
Well, now I'm insecure.
No.
Now I'm so insecure.
It's about fucking time, guys, because doesn't Cassy always make fun of me on the podcast? How the tables have turned.
It's just the fact that I don't get the feedback right now.
It's like you say something. I'm sorry, I can't remember in this very moment. I'll play an episode for you. It's like you say something like, instead of saying get it to us, you say like get it us to, or like something where you mix up two words.
Maybe I have a learning issue, or like a speaking, like dyslexia or something, right?
Well,
jumble my words.
I'm not making fun of you. I'm just pointing it out. You said that you get mad when I don't correct you on things.
Yeah.
Here I am correcting you.
Blink, blink.
Don't be like some other people we know in our lives who can't take feedback.
This is just a moment of my vulnerability. So
I'll show it to you. I'll literally show it to you after this. But
heard.
It's just so funny. I just had to point it out because now you're gonna be like, how come you?
It's just I love how I messed up and you were like, oh, there's another thing you fuck up every time, Cass. It's like you were waiting to tell me that shit. You're like, oh, Cass, I'm so glad you fucked up this time. I gotta bring up the other couple fucking times you do it too. It's a good friend. But it's also...
Okay, sorry. We'll just delete that whole part of the podcast.
They gotta know our true selves.
I'm sorry. I'm holding you accountable.
As you should. Okay, wow, this
that
episode's so long.
Okay, well, sorry. Let's get back to that. What was a really hot quote that Cassy ruined?
I just totally made everybody...
Okay.
Not well.
No, I was like, Zayden, what the actual fuck?
He's been thinking about that for a while.
I think... I think I said it a little bit down in our outline.
Mm-hmm.
But after rereading, I was like, this scene's fucking wild.
Yeah,
I don't think I realized it, but it gave me romance.
Mm-hmm.
It gave me spice.
The way you said romance was so fun. I gotta clip that.
No, because at first I was like, oh, they're so like lovey-dovey.
Yeah.
And, like, I love you so much. Like, it could kill me.
And he's like, I'm gonna pound you on the ground.
Yeah, well, it started out romantic and then it got crazy.
He's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all day, every day, 7 days a week.
It just started out so sweet. Like, they were like, I can't get enough of you, my love, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, so anyway, I'm going to fuck you from behind. And it's like, okay, shit. Why'd it get so graphic?
He got so graphic.
Out of nowhere.
Because this man is...
Dude, where'd that come from?
He's been holding out.
He really has.
He's been holding out.
Yeah. Wait, what the fuck happened here? You mixed up the outline, girl.
And there's that third.
I'm sorry.
That third strike.
No,
I got.
I'm sorry. You put in things at a weird point. Because now this is weird. I gotta jump back real quick with my next point. So I'm sorry. We gotta jump out of the scene real quick.
I'm sorry, I guess. That I keep fucking up.
I feel like it doesn't even matter. I was just gonna say, I know in the end, shit, this is like the very beginning of the chapter. How did it get pushed so far down?
Okay, to be fair, I don't know.
Okay. Well, my 2 points that I was gonna make, and then we'll get back into the scene. I know this is when Violet is talking to the scenario. Violet eventually got the squad she wanted.
Uh-huh.
But I'm a little annoyed that Andarna was willing to bend so easily to whatever the scenarium said.
Yeah.
She was like, no, we have to go find my family. Girl, stand your fucking ground. They would have given you what you wanted.
That's
eventually.
True.
And then Xaden bookmarking Violet's page with a dagger was so sweet.
Oh, I know. That's okay. Why did I?
That's what I'm saying.
I saw that too.
And then it's weird because I
see.
Yeah.
I see.
Because then my next point is, okay, Rebecca putting a spicy scene in chapter 3.
Yep.
Fucking wild.
And I'm sorry that.
So now we're back in.
I'm sorry that you had to lose the bet, but I'm also not sorry because look at this. Take a look at that.
Do I look a little more normal now? Do I just look like I'm?
No.
I look like I'm going to take a hip hop class.
You look like you're about to spit some
fire beats up in here.
Oof. That was a great choice of words. I love it.
Thank you.
Oh.
Okay. I do. So we're back into it, guys. Don't worry. I love that Violet is right there with us and already wondering what Xaden can do with his shadows.
She should have asked this right when she found out.
The second
she met
I
him.
knew this man was a shadow wielder, I'd be like, I think we could do something fun.
No, absolutely.
And she says something about, she's like thinking like, ooh, I'm thinking of all the ways his shadows could touch me, basically. I'm like, okay, Violet.
Okay, that leads me to my point is like, do we think the way it touches her is like when you like feel someone touch you, or do you think it's like air?
Like a mist
like
or something?
Yeah, something.
Yeah, I don't know. Because she always has like a gentle caress.
A caress.
So I feel like if it's gentle.
It's like when you hover over your face a little bit.
I just have so many questions about the shadows.
I know.
I have questions about, yes, what it feels like to her. Does it feel like a hand?
But they're also strong.
Right. So I guess that's where I'm.
Know.
But then to Xaden, does he feel what his shadows are doing? Is it like a tail? You know what I mean?
Just swinging.
Well, I'm just curious. Does he feel it like as if it's his hand? And that's a lot for you to mentally control.
Well, that's why he's,
a shadow daddy.
Yeah, he's a shadow daddy.
I would love to wield shadows because you know all those times where you're like, I could really use a third hand right now. Must be fucking nice. He's like, all those times I need a third hand in the bedroom.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay. I think it's brought up in the next chapter, but pretty sure that Xaden was kind of pushed over the edge a little bit.
Yes.
Because Violet sent those thoughts into his head about their first time that they ever hooked up. I love that Miss Violet will never let us forget that they broke an armoire.
Yeah, no.
Because I wouldn't either. I would be telling everybody.
Yep.
But I have questions about her and if this is potentially, so Rebecca said that we have only discovered about 10% of her signet, her second signet, dream walking, which is crazy. So obviously it's going to be more powerful. So this makes me wonder if she can like project things into people's brains maybe, and like my guess is maybe eventually manipulate them or something like that. Or is this Xaden and him being intrinsic but like more than he realizes?
I don't know. I mean, obviously, I feel like with her signet, she can also like intensify people's emotions somehow.
She's kind of like a cat.
Literally kind of like a cat. I don't know, because again, we only know so much about her second signet, and I feel like with her being super powerful, being a lightning wielder, it's like I feel like of course she's able to feel. She's very in tune with her feelings. So whether that be physical and emotional. So I know. I think that is a very interesting way that he was like pushed over the edge.
Yeah. I'm just intrigued because this is also not the first time that Xaden has kind of like gone into her mind, either projected his or vice versa. Yeah. And so I just have questions of like, obviously there's some moments in this book that makes me think he cannot just read people's intentions. Maybe he just like doesn't realize it or something. I don't know.
So sometimes I think that he does it unintentionally.
Yeah.
For the most, for like a lot more than he like would say.
And like, I'm not sure if it's because he's Venom, or I'm not sure if he's lying to us.
No, he could be.
He could be, because Rebecca said we're not getting any more Xaden chapters until he tells the fucking truth. And it seems like she's still holding out on us and picking very select chapters.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
that ruined my day.
I don't know, but props to
Forgot about
him
that.
for being like, well, if I have this gift, I'm going to use it the right way.
As he should. And we still need to see more.
We need some more.
Last thing I want to say is I just love within the first 3 chapters, we get a sex scene and a mention of the goggles.
So stupid.
My 2 favorite things, the goggles, because I'm so hyper fixated on that shit, and then also the sex scene. It was really good. It was so good.
Love that.
I guess it wasn't sex, but they hooked up.
Yeah.
Okay. We're
All
out of
right.
the deep dive.
Yeah.
Let's go into our favorite quotes.
Yeah, let's do it.
I think one of mine you took.
Well, whoa. That's so rude. I did write
it first.
Okay, Cassie. I didn't see it.
I feel like I've been
Dude, I need all of you to see this
battled
in 4K right now. This is how she talks to me.
It's how we
I saw
keep
it
each
after
other.
the fact, and I was like, my bad, but I'm gonna leave it because I wrote more of the quote than you did.
Okay, so now it's the battle of the quote.
I'm so
It
sick
could
of
be
you.
Let's call it a truce. It could be both our quotes.
You say the beginning and I'll just say the part that I continue.
I will say I had a hard time sharing in kindergarten.
I can tell. You very much give only sibling vibes.
Well, yeah.
You're very obviously the younger sibling.
You're very obviously
I'm
the older
very
sibling.
obviously the older. And I thought about this the other day. I said a lot of my friends are younger siblings.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I wonder, is it an odd connection of like give bigger sister vibes?
To be fair, you are like bigger sister vibes to me.
Mm-hmm.
You're like straight up big sis.
It's just like sometimes I don't have people to connect with about being an older sibling.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I just realized it.
Well, there's an
Any
audience.
big sisses out there?
You guys would understand.
No, luckily John's an older sibling, so sometimes I'll ask him. I'll be like, "Am I the only one?" Or as an older sibling, do you feel this?
No, I know. I get older sibling TikToks on my For You page.
Oh,
Maybe I
really?
should start sending them to you.
Yeah.
Because I don't need this.
Oddly, all of my friends are younger siblings.
To be fair, all of my friends are older siblings.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, no, actually, seriously.
That's very interesting. I wonder if there's a scientific
If any of
reasoning
you
behind
doctors
that.
out there that are listening up to this point of the episode, let me know what the psychology's about. Sorry, I talked to one person from England today, and I've been changed. Okay, sorry. Let's go into the quotes.
Okay, let's.
I want to make this quick.
Yeah.
This one's from Violet in the prologue. Actually, all of them that I selected today were Violet from the prologue. Was, you have every right to know, this is talking to Endarda, you have every right to know about where you come from, but I have no doubts about who you are. Oh, so sweet.
Well, do you want to read the beginning of this quote?
Okay, that's
Since
nice.
this is one that we share.
That's so older sister of you.
You always have to give up a little bit for your younger sibling. Am I right?
So sweet. Okay. Zayden is mine, my heart, my soul, my everything.
He channeled from the earth to save me, and I'll scour the world until I find a way to save him right back.
Oh. I feel like that quote also goes hand in hand with his "There's nowhere in existence where I can't find you" violence.
Mm-hmm.
That's her version.
Yes, I
Love
agree.
Okay, my next one is Violet also says, "If I wallow in every loss, that's all I'll ever have time for." I'm like, wow, good quote.
Good
Good life quote.
Okay, and then I have from Violet in chapter 3. I love you so much it hurts. Just because, I don't know.
It physically hurts her.
Physically, they're just so in love.
They're so in love. They're so in love with this book. I love it. Okay, let's thrive and let's damn theorize.
Okay. I actually want to do my second one first.
Okay.
So I saw a TikTok that Zayden read Dane and Sloane's thoughts and knew that they were falling for each other, and the similarities between the two of like a wing leader and a first year, like a marked one and a not marked one. I don't know.
And a not a mark one.
But that Dane is getting the one thing that Zayden always wanted, like a happy ending, I guess, and like the girl of his dreams. And then they said, so they were like, somebody make an edit of them, but put it to About You by the 1975.
Oh, that will wreck me and put me in a hospital. No,
Yeah.
I can't want. Oh, that's good.
So I just had to throw that one out
that's
there.
good.
And then I'm gonna
that's
get
so sad.
I'm gonna get into kind of like a bigger theory. That's why we put the fun one first. So this, let me just get her username up here. This is a theory that I saw also on TikTok, obviously, that maybe Xaden is the physical manifestation of Dune. Unless you guys want to call her Dun. I think it's Dune. That's what I've been saying. So her name is Cozy Nutmeg. On TikTok. So please go watch her video because she has like it's like a 5-minute video about this whole theory, and like she has so many quotes and stuff to back it up. But basically what she's saying is that when they're in the Isles, they are like confronted by the guards, and they have like the symbol of Dune, which is like the 2 crossed swords, right? And like, where have we seen the 2 crossed swords before? And it's mentioned literally in like chapter 1 or 2 that Xaden comes in and he has 2 swords peeking above his shoulders, like, and he always has them kind of crossed in his back, which is like a symbol of Dune. And she had so many more reasons to back it up, of just like reasons that he would be like the physical kind of manifestation. And so then it kind of led people to believe, like, is maybe Violet a physical manifestation of a god? And if that's the case, because I think the god of love is like Leori, or it's like something with an L. Leori,
L-O something.
But that would also maybe answer, well, it would answer more questions as to like why Xaden's so in love with her, but also if she was dedicated to Dune, and that's what made her hair gray or silver, then maybe that's why Xaden is like so obsessed with her hair.
Damn, that's a pretty good theory.
Yeah, so I suggest that you guys watch her video because she went into like far more detail, and like it's just kind of crazy, the parallels.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to put a pin in that and then keep on doing this reread and like thinking about that.
Yeah,
I mean, there's just so much of like Greek mythology within this, and I think adding in like their own gods, there has to be some kind of correlation between, especially Xaden and Violet, you know? That's a really good one. I like that a lot. Those are good. I didn't come up with any ones because I still am very lost just as to what I think about everything.
Okay. Well, should we get into Final Jam?
Yeah.
Our final section?
I just want to say real quick that this book genuinely has the hardest playlist, I feel, in like throughout the whole series. And this section will quickly be my favorite, which it always kind of has been. But I think especially in this book.
I also think like this was Rebecca's best playlist. And like Miss Girl really curated that playlist for us.
She did.
So,
and it's perfect.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Thank you.
For taking us like on a journey with you. And
seriously.
So happy that we had a lot of the same songs in mind.
Yeah, seriously. Love it. Okay, so my first one, or first couple. But did you write this one or did I write this one?
I wrote the last two.
Last two? Okay.
Yeah.
So my first ones are Ceilings by Lizzie McAlpine. If you haven't listened to that song, it's a lot about like this like delusion. It's like, and it's not real and you don't exist. I just feel like that's a lot about Violet and how she feels with her current relationship between her and Xaden. And the next one, I forgot I wrote this. The Prophecy by Taylor Swift. Have you ever heard that song?
I don't think so.
I'm gonna need you to listen to it for research purposes.
Heard.
It's recently been my like #1 song, but it's all about like wanting to change the prophecy of things, and we all know how Greek mythology ties into all of this. So really good song if you haven't listened to it already. And then my last one is It's Nice to Have a Friend, also by Miss Swift. I think I thought about this one while I was listening into the car, and I was like, why does this feel like, I don't know, Sawyer might think of this way. It's nice to have a support system, nice to have a friend. It's a really cute little song. And it reminded me of them all visiting him. So
okay, cool. Well, mine are from Rebecca's album. Oh my god, she dropped an album. Rebecca's playlist, but because I couldn't agree with both of them. So I was actually telling Cassy that I'm not a big Taylor Swift fan.
Well, you know this.
We know this. Don't attack me.
I'm not going to. I already did the other day.
That was. I know you did. That was to them, because just hear me out. I just am not a huge fan. I don't have a problem with her. Don't have a personal problem. I'm just like, I don't listen to her music all the time, right? But I was telling Cassy, I was like, dude, unfortunately, I think she's going to be pretty high up there this year because I'm fucking analyzing all her music and going along to Rebecca's writing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just thought that was funny. But first song on the playlist is Who's Afraid of Little Old Me by Taylor Swift. And I do agree with that because that is very much giving Violet vibes.
That's why I'm just eating up that Rebecca's a big Swiftie, because it makes me feel like we have a source outside of the book to listen to also still like correlate with the series.
Yeah, I mean, she's obviously very heavily influenced, and there are some parts. It's a different song. I don't know why I can't think of it. I mean, again, because I'm not like a huge fan, but she has. It's So It Goes. Is that the one that Rebecca said explains their relationship?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'm sure we'll get there, but it's very accurate. There's things about like dressed in black and you're this. It's just like.
It's very influenced for
okay,
sure.
Rebecca.
Yeah, she literally said, oh, okay.
She said copy and paste. Okay, and then my last song is All the Good Girls Go to Hell by Billie Eilish, because the vibe just kind of fits. I feel like that whole album kind of fits the vibe of like this book, just like dark and I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of like, I don't know. Violet's like giving off this good girl, but she's like,
she's not
so good.
She's not. She not really is.
Yeah.
No, I truly think that the music, and now that like we don't have an expected date for book 4, I'm just gonna have to live vicariously through her playlist.
Yeah, it's true.
Constantly listen to it. That way I can feel like my feelings again.
It's true.
But anyways,
right. Well, we did it.
So sorry it's been so long, but honestly, we had to yap.
First episode of Onyx Storm down.
Yeah, thank gosh.
Yeah, thank you so much for listening, guys. Please leave us your theories or email us your theories because we love to read them. And I don't know. Let us know if there's any other sections that you want us to add.
Yeah, I know I posted a couple weeks ago from where you guys are listening to this now about your guys' first impressions and your some of your guys' theories, and we're planning something with that.
Yes.
So if you have listened to it, the episode this far, please let us know about what you guys think. That way we can get all of that information from, and then hopefully you'll see something special about it soon. But other than that, please enjoy your week or your day, whatever you're having. Me and Brittany have been having a really good week. We had a really good moment the other day.
We did.
And it was amazing.
Yeah.
So I really hope you guys are enjoying your week. We will see you guys next week for another episode for Onyx Storm episode 2.
Yeah.
Crazy
we'll see
stuff.
you there, everybody.
All right, y'all. We'll see you guys later. Love you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.